Hey, what's going on, people? All right, so I got asked about this turntable, and I actually wanted to bring another turntable into, the mix as far as this comparison, but that's gonna have to wait till another video, till another time. I mean, so some of you have asked me about the Stanton Straight 150, so I asked my homie, "Hey man, let me borrow one of your 150s for a video comparison," and he let me do it. So let's get into it, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Stanton Straight 150. I'm sure you guys have seen a couple other comparison videos. It's dark blue in color with blue LEDs. It has a white pop-up light. This vinyl does not come with it. They make two of these. They make two models. You can either have a curved tone arm like this or a straight tone arm. The tone arm itself is all aluminum. It's very nice. It comes with it has two start and stops. And as you can see, it stops on a dime. You got two of them. You have your motor off right here, your 33 and 45. If you click these together, you get 78. I don't know why you need 78, but you have 78. You have a reverse. You have a pitch adjust. You can have +8, +25, or +50. You also have a key lock, and you have brake and start adjustment knobs. Zoom over to the old trusty Technique. To be honest, I don't know how old mine are, but I'm pretty sure they're at least 5 to 10 years old, if not older. You get one start stop. And yeah, this doesn't stop on a dime, as you can see. It's been there. You have your pop-up light, which I know a lot of people's go out over time. You have your pitch, which is +8, -8. I have the MK5, so I have a quartz lock as well as the M3D does. On my tone arm, I have a extra needle holder, and that's basically it. So let me remove my laptop so you can see a little bit better, and let me show you some of the features about the Stanton. You can see with the time code vinyl off, you got your Stanton slip mat, and this is more of a hard disc type of slip mat. It's very smooth, very good to be honest. It's very nice and silky, buttery smooth. And then you have your platter, of course. One thing that I have to say, let me move this, is that hopefully you guys can see this, but see the Stanton's height as far as where the platter sits compared to the height of the Technique. Now this might not be visible with the platter, but let me go ahead and take this off. Now as you can see, the Stanton does sit higher, so that's one thing to point out, that the Stanton's going to be a little bit higher, but other than that, as far as looks, they look very similar. These have different style feet compared to this. This is more of a wide, this has a bigger foot, reason being these bad boys weigh about 40 pounds each. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're going to have these in a coffin, or if you're going to have these single in a single case, because I know I brought this in one of my single cases, and man, it was heavy. It does not come with a sure needle. It actually comes with a Stanton, I believe, V300 needle. I'll correct that on the screen if I am wrong. But right here you have your, let me take off this pop-up light. So right here you have your start and stop, as well as your reverse and key lock and pitch lock. These are your dials right here. So you turn it to the right if you want a slow start. So say you turn it all the way to the right, and it'll pick up nice and slow if you want to slur in. And if you want your brake all the way to the right, it'll stop very slow, so you'll have the one thing that I do like about this is it has a removable pop-up light, so you could turn it and whatnot. I'm sure you guys have seen that before. It's a very nice finish. Let me take off the platter and show you guys what's underneath. So let me go ahead and pop this platter off, and as you can see, there's really not much underneath. Hopefully you could pick up on that, but there's not much at all. Just some dust. It doesn't have the same design as the Technique. The platter is very nice and heavy though. Very sturdy. Your huge magnet and whatnot. So it'll do fine. This turntable has the strongest motor on the market, I believe, or one of them. But to be honest, this is one thing I will tell you. I've seen a lot of turntables that have way stronger motors, way more torque than Technics, but for some reason, it's just not the feel. But these definitely do feel heavy duty, very strong. The start and stop is on a dime, as you can see. You have two of these. I don't know why you need two of these, but yeah. One thing that is nice though, as far as the power cables, they're right angled, and so are the RCA's. I didn't bring them with me because my homie, shouts out to Bomb Beats for letting me borrow this, has his in a coffin, so I didn't want to have to remove all the wires and whatnot. So that's nice because they are detachable, unlike the Technics. So let me jump over to the Technics and show you what's under the platter. And yeah, so let's spin this platter off, and as you can see, this one's on there tight. There we go. Whew. Now that's a platter. Platter's a platter. Same thing as that. Old school design, which is always imitated, never duplicated. And yeah, as you can see, this is a lot different. What Technics did basically with this whole plastic part right here is, as the platter spins, this actually acts as a fan to cool the inside of your Technique. So you have nice airflow. Right here, there is a brake adjustment. So it's not as convenient as it is on the Stanton, because you got to take out the platter. And that's basically it. This does not have a removable power cable. This does not have removable RCA's. Mine are, I don't know if you can see, but I, internally grounded mine and put some nice monster RCA's on them. And they are nice. I mean, my Techniques have never failed me. Knock on wood that they never will. Yeah, they're not start and stop on a dime, but they do the job, and they wouldn't be, so many people wouldn't love them if they weren't dope. So let's talk about price. Okay, now the cheapest I found, the straight 150, is I usually see them go for $600, but the cheapest I've seen them brand new on eBay was $450. Now I know on Zounds and American Musical Supply you could do payments on these, so check into that, and you could pay as you play, of course, and get them on the first payment. So I'm pretty sure you'd only be paying like $150 for a pair, because I believe it's 8 payments. You could do 8 payments on these bad boys. Another turntable that I will show you a picture of, and I'll try to put it on the screen right now, is the Newmark TTX USB, or the TTX, it doesn't matter. I see those for about $400. I've been on those, and that was another turntable that I wanted to have here to review as an all comparison. As soon as I get my hands on one of those, I will have a video up for you guys comparing all of them. Those are other turntables that I like. They're a little ugly in my opinion, but their torque is there. The platter is different because it's straight vertical lines, and it actually feels a lot smoother on your fingers when you're slowing this down. Minor gripes about this Stanton is, biggest thing is its weight. Now, if you're strictly a bedroom DJ, strictly a turntablist, if you don't have to move your setup a lot, then you're not gonna give a fuck how much these weigh, because most likely you're just gonna put them there and they're gonna stay there. Now, if you're gonna take these to the club, if you're gonna take these on mobiles, I guess you don't need a gym membership, because you're gonna be lifting a lot of weight with these bad boys. They're 40 pounds each. I don't know how much a Technique weighs, but after picking up my Technique to move it back and putting this bad boy right here, they felt like nothing. Another gripe I have with these is I don't care for the start, the 2 start and stops. But is this motor off? I guess that's cool. You could turn the motor off so nobody fucks with it. But the actual power switch for this is down here. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. So that's the actual power switch itself. I don't like that. Oh my god, Jesus. So yeah, as far as other things in here, you already have a phono preamp. So if you want to play some just real vinyls, if you just want to have this as a record player, you're good to go. I do like the tone arm. It looks very well built. The brushed aluminum looks very nice, very sexy. I wish they were black, to be honest. Once you go black, you never go back. I'm just kidding. They're dark blue though, which is Stanton's color. Stanton is a blue company, I guess. The LEDs are nice, so that's gonna last you a long time. Now, as far as the Newmark, I wish I had it here to show you, so that'll come in the near future. Now, another turntable you guys should check out too. I'm gonna try to put a picture on the screen. Is the Audio Technica LP1240. Now, price on those, I see right here are about $400, so they're cheaper than this. And looking at the tone arm, looking at the specs on the torque on the motor, it's exactly the same thing, except just the chassis is different. They have rounded edges and they're black. They have a 45 adapter that's off to the side, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get my hands on one of those. I might just have to end up buying a pair. But as far as overall review, the reason people ask for these, the reason people now, Technics have dominated the market for so long, and the reason people are looking other ways is because, as everybody knows, they don't make Technics anymore. And if you can find them brand new, they're expensive, like $1,000 a turntable expensive. So that's why people look for brand new turntables, other turntables, super OEM turntables, such as the straight 150, such as the Newmark TTX, such as the Vestex PDX 3000 or 2000. Now, as far as price, brand new, you're looking for these, you're gonna spend, alright, on Zounds $540 each. That's what they say right now. So times that by 2, you're gonna be spending $1,080 for a brand new pair. Now, you guys know me from my past videos. I like to shop on Craigslist. Now, most likely you will probably find a pair of Technics for cheaper than $1,000. I picked up mine actually for $650 with cases. Now, I know that's a steal and not everybody's gonna get that. And when I heard the price, I didn't even try to negotiate. Here's your money. Bye. Don't change your mind. But I have seen Techniques go from anywhere from $500 all the way to $1,000 selling on Craigslist. So don't count them out, but they are hard to find. For some reason, there's like a season. When they're on Craigslist, they're on there a lot, and then when they're gone, they're gone. You can't find them until they, somebody tries to sell them again. So I can understand why somebody would buy a Stanton Straight 50. Now, like I said, if you're gonna be carrying these around, they're fucking heavy. 40 pounds a turntable. Imagine that plus 10 pounds for your case, or a little bit less. Or if you have it in a coffin, could you imagine you're gonna be carrying about 100 pounds with your mixer and case, rolling that shit around. And I don't care if your coffin has wheels or not. For some reason, coffins or wheels are so small, so when you're rolling it and you're hitting rocks and it's not a smooth surface, it's still a pain in the ass. So would I recommend these? Yeah, why not? They're strong tables. The only reason I don't like this, the 2 start and stops, is because, where you can put your dicers at if you have dicers. And a lot of DJs do, or a lot of DJs would get dicers, especially because you can find them for super cheap. You don't have to pay $100 for dicers. I've seen them for $70 brand new on sale, $80, so yeah, that's the only thing, where you're going to put your dicers. Now, if you don't care for dicers and you have some other type of MIDI controller that's an add-on, or you have it all built into your mixer, then you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're not worried about dicers right now, but maybe in the later future, then you don't care. If you got the money to pick these up, I say go for it. Now, I recommend buying these. I'm not getting paid for this, but I recommend straight up, if you don't have all the money and you want them right now, but you got enough for the first payment, go on Zounds, ZZOUNDS.com, or American Musical Supply. They let you do payments. I believe on American Musical Supply you could do like 8 payments, and same as Zounds on Stanton stuff. Now, not everything is 8 payments. Some is 4, some is 5, some is 3. It all depends on what it is. So I recommend buying those. As far as the Newmarks, I've seen them go for about $3 bills to 4 bills used for the set. I haven't really seen a lot of these used for sale just because I feel like they're not old enough to be for sale like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people usually buy these and just stick with these. So would I use these? Yeah, why wouldn't I? I don't think I would take them out a lot though. To be honest, I think I would really use these if I didn't have my Technics and I wanted to buy a new pair of turntables. And say I had a MIDI controller or something that I used for all my gigs, you know, when I guest spot or something like that, and I didn't have to take gear, I didn't have to take tables, I would buy a pair of these and keep these at home just because of the weight. But the strength is nice. I like how the platter is a little higher, that it doesn't sit into the chassis itself, but it sits on top of it. Only because I'm a little bit, you know, I'm like 5'9", so I don't like to arch down too much. And yeah, that's basically it. To be honest, if I could give you any type of advice from this, if you want a turntable that's brand new and you want to be a first owner, you don't want, you know what I mean, to be like, oh, somebody else fucked with this, or I don't know how old this is, then fuck it, take the leap and buy, you know, a brand new turntable. And why not buy the Stanton, or why not buy the 12, you know, the Audio Technics, because it's the exact same thing. Now, if you really want a pair of Technics, because everybody and their mama has one, then get some. But that's the thing. When you come across them on Craigslist for a good deal, just make sure you have money, because it's like everything else. It's not going to last for long. So if you got the money, get them. If you don't, fuck it. You know what I mean? You couldn't get them. But, yeah. So, Technics versus Stanton, who wins? You could do the same on both. It's not a drawback. Yeah, this table has, you know, a start and stop, 2 starts and stops. It has 78 fucking RPM or whatever. You have a brake adjustment and a start. Yeah, that's dope. Don't get me wrong. That's tight, and it comes in handy. But if I used these for all my career and then jumped on some Techniques, I don't think I'd miss them. I don't think I'd miss those features. So it's just how it is. The new day, I guess. The new cool kid in school is probably the Stantons, because I see a lot of people talking about them. But don't count out the best techs. Don't count out Newmarks. They might be a little ugly, you know. They might be, but for the price, you know what I'm saying, you can't go wrong. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they look like, but what they can do, right? All right, so I hope you guys found this informative. I hope this video is not too long. And yeah, check y'all out. Peace.